There is an art to doing a coastal home with a seaside influence without it feeling cliche. Every project that I take on, I ask my clients to send me a few aspirational photos. In this case, we can see here, the palette is nice and neutral. There are layered textures, a beautiful air of ease, noticing things like the lanterns with this basket woven feel, the solid timber table. There's also like an original shiplap thing going on that I'm really appreciating. Hits of unexpected texture, things like the shearling chair, this concrete gray, which mimics the granite that we're seeing a lot along the coastline. I really like that touch. There's very little color here, and I do love that for coastal homes because so much of the way that you live here is about looking outwards, and a dwelling that really allows you to reflect and almost nestle into it and appreciate what is outside of the windows. That is like chef's kiss for design. Especially here, you're noticing a really illustrious light coming through the windows. The wood tones all have this very neutral, washed and worn look. Something that you would naturally see a piece of driftwood that has come up on the beach would have this sort of whitewashed effect to it. There are very intentional ways that you can bring a coastal air to a home without it being cliche. In this case, we see really subtle little stripe details, a beautiful jute rug, something with that seagrass feel. Where I would love to start with this project is with the larger pieces. I quite often do start with one of the biggest pieces. I'm gonna look for the sofa first. It is a large investment piece, but also getting the sofa right kind of dictates the rest of the room. Sofas are not that unique in the sense that they're gonna scream and be the center of any room, so getting the frame of the picture set so that you know the art that's gonna go inside of it, that's the kind of theory I'm working with here. I love forehands. I find their products are really beautifully designed. They're very thoughtful in terms of line and structure and form. I love the materials. They really pay attention to those details. Their price points are really effective to be able to do a whole home and not break the bank. I'm gonna eliminate leather. It's not working for me. And this is where things, subtle forms and changes. Already you can see that there's a couple sofas here that could work. Nothing has really drawn me in yet. This is feeling a little too mod. This is a family with a couple young children. I want to be very considerate to the durability of this home. This is their summer home. This is where they're gonna go and have fun and have snacks and Cheeto fingerprints, and I wanna be really aware of how the materials in this space are gonna function first. As lovely as a linen sofa is, having a single seat cushion like this doesn't really consider things like being able to flip a cushion, say you get a spill or a stain that's harder to remove. It's also a really big piece of laundry, and there are no laundromats on remote islands. So the idea of a smaller cushion cover that could be thrown into a single washing machine is like, that's what we're looking for. I also want something that isn't so bland that it doesn't speak to an island home. This one, for example, is a great bare bones basic, but it's not giving me a real island feel. This one here is really pulling me in. Kelsofa 92-inch. So it has the double seat cushion that we're looking for, but also this arm is really alluring to me. It feels coastal in the sense of a really organic shape, but still very structured because we are talking about this being a framing piece, not a feature piece. It has the added lumbar pillow for small children to get cozy. It's a nice performance fabric, love that. Let's pull this one. Okay, so we have our frame. Let's move on to some more fun accessories. After the frame, you want to think about art inspiration. Again, being coastal, but not cliche, we want to have those hues and textures. I don't want a landscape of the sea because we actually can just look out the window and see the ocean. I'm gonna stay in forehands because I find art is really hard to find ready ship pieces, and they have the perfect collection for this. I want something that is a little more subtle. So what I'm gonna do is go in here and click abstract. See what comes up. In our winter storms, we get a lot of large lumber that is floating in the ocean that kind of crashes up onto these large pieces of granite. And when you walk along the beach, you do see these kinds of textures along the granite walls. I love that. Let's pull that. Okay, I am really liking this. Love that combo. I love the little lightwood frame that pulls in our inspiration beautifully. I want to find a pairing piece of art that really pulls in the coastal feel with a hit of blue, but in a really subtle way. This one here is so cute. I love the texture. It is handmade by an artist. Love that. Okay, already you can see this coming together. Loving that. Next, I really want to ground the space. We're going to look at some area rugs. A lot of the inspiration photos that my client provided had a cozy layer underneath the living space, and that's where we're going to go next. For rugs, I love Loloy. They are a broad spectrum rug company, every material, every size, every color, everything you could ever want in a rug. I'm going to start off just with a general search. I would really love it if this rug had a little bit of jute in it. Jute is a particular material that is known for its textural qualities, and I love the idea of layering a nice chunky textured rug underneath the space. A lot of these are coming across quite yellow, and we would like this to be regionally specific. Our grasses here on the coast of BC aren't this yellow shade. In the summer, when they do dry off in the late August heat, they go this beautiful shade of whitewashed linens with a white gray undertone. That's what I'm on the hunt for. These are very earthy. This one here, okay. I get excited when I find good things. Let's pull this bad boy. What is the material quality of this? 57% jute, 43% polyester. This is even more perfect because jute being a natural material and this being a summer home, we want this to be durable and we want it to be long lasting. Multiple seasons are to come out of this rug. The polyester is going to give it that extra strength, especially with a family. This is going to be perfect. Moving on to some fun pieces. This is an iconic coastal cottage on Savory Island. I can't not include some local makers in this project. I feel like with the level of finish that we're going for in this project, a barter piece would be perfection. So I'm going to go there next. They have the most beautiful collection of ceramics, as you can see. I also have their Grove series of candlesticks behind me here. I love them. They've got such a weight. Everything they do is such high quality, and my undergrad's industrial design. Anytime I can support cool people doing amazing things, this is right up my alley. I am drawn to this smokestack stool. Who is enjoying this along with me? I can't get enough of it. This is where you take a really rugged piece of the coast naturally existing in nature, and they have perfected it by refining it just enough without taking away its natural beauty. Yes, please. This is getting so good. Look at that nice hit of wood. Love that. Okay, let's go back to the inspiration and look at more specifics about the level of refinement here. This is not a rustic cottage. We want to bring in some really clean, intentional lines to play off of the natural wood and the rustic jute. We are going to go to Wood. Wood has some really beautiful, clean lighting. I feel like they are a great resource for pendants. So in this case, I would really like to see, oh my gosh, yes. Okay, yes, please. This is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I could just eat you up. This is coming. Thank you very much. I am picking up what you are putting down. Love that. Okay, so we have some feature lighting. I'm gonna put this in an adjacent space actually. Sometimes when I'm doing a space design, the process shifts beyond the space that I'm working on just because design naturally works that way. The adjacent kitchen island would be perfect for this. While I'm on this train of thought, I really want to consider how to pull more natural materials up. I love the barter smokestack stool, and I would really like to see that mirrored above the dining table. Let's pop back to barter and take a look at their lighting, because I think, yes, this is the one that I had in mind. I've seen this one in person. It is beautiful. I love the way this balances the wood tones. Let's go back to the inspiration and look here. There are some really unexpected textural items at play here. This being a practical family residence, I don't want to put something that's wildly expensive. Anytime you're looking to a boucle fabric or a faux sheepskin or anything with some sort of texture in it, the fabric itself is not designed to wear for longevity, so I want to take the price point way down for this feature piece. Immediately, I am thinking of Tove. Let's check out their accent chairs. The price point on these is, as you can see, like $600, $400. Where are you? This is sheepskin, not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Yes, thank you. This is such a fun little chair. I could see it being pulled in for board games when you need extra seating. Also, my clients really like to entertain, so this is the perfect additional seating without taking up a huge footprint. Oh my goodness. Hello, cutie. This is such a fun space. So we've got our hit of unexpected whimsy. This is perfect. It's not gonna break the bank, which is amazing because down the road, if they tire of this piece, they haven't spent an enormous amount of money and they can replace it as it wears. Another element I'm seeing in these inspiration photos is open shelving. I love the idea of my clients being able to find little treasures on the beach and collect them. Firm is a beautiful company, really minimal design, and oh gosh, that was real quick. Okay, here we go. I don't hate the idea of an atypical coffee table in this space. The footprint is really small. I want whatever's selected for this space to be multifunctional. Something you could set some drinks and a few light snacks down, that you're not gonna trip over it with it being such a tight space. Let's test this theory. Hang tight. There we go. I mean, come on. It does exactly what it needs to do and nothing more. That is like, oh, that's the perfect combination for me. What I would really like to find next is a free floating light form, something to sit on top of this coffee table that really brings you in at night and makes it feel nice and cozy. Going back to Firm, they are a great source for little portable lamps. And I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing here, but hello, little cashmere Aurum portable lamp. It's like modern, but it also has like almost a seashell quality to it. Loving that. Okay, things are coming together. I think the one thing I'm really missing here is like a grass cloth texture, and we don't have enough seating. I'm gonna go back to Four Hands. Let's go check out their accent chairs and see what we can find. I don't want anything visually large, something subtle. I am liking the form of this open sling chair. Don't love the calf skin, not for this project anyway. See, this one here with, I mean, like Amber Lewis, hello, gorgeous. Love everything that woman does. But the boucle on top of the faux sheepskin, too much. Too chunky. I do love this Aniston chair. Oh my God, it comes in this beautiful, yum. Just yum. Hello, Texture City. Moving on. It's very easy to get caught up in loving design. I love my job, but being able to source products for people, it is a story unfolding. And sometimes I almost feel like I'm just along for the ride, which I mean, you don't have to ask me twice. See what I mean with the faux shearling? Like, this is a beautiful piece, but for $4,000, you're going to tire of it. It's going to wear. You're going to see the size, like TMI here, but when you sit on shearling, you're going to see the size of your bum when you stand up. Same with velvet. The things we keep in mind. Here we go. Euro chair. Euro? Aero? Don't know how it's pronounced. Don't need to know. It is speaking its own language, and yes, please. This is breathing beautifully. Finishing touches are so important. It's in the details. It's not something to get too fretted about because accessories are fun, and let them be. I'm gonna go on the hunt for the perfect blanket because I feel like this space needs to cozy up a little bit. I think Provide would be the perfect place to go. Let's check out their throws. Gosh, they're so beautiful. Like, you could put any one of these blankets in this space and it would totally work. I love Provide for that. This cutie little side table beside me is also from Provide. David, you have exquisite taste. Everything in your shop I want in my home. Like, want. I am really loving this blanket, and the tones of it being a less obvious coastal blue are making me change my mind about the art. Let's see if we can find some new art that really is a little more synergetic with the vibe that's going on here. Not all coastal has to be about sea foamy greens. Mood it up, bring it down to earth. Let's go back to Four Hands and their art, and let's find something that is a little moodier without being loud. I think an oversized art piece in this space is exactly what we need. Okay, this is actually quite beautiful. I love that it's adding a little bit of black to the space. The stars are in our favor. I would love to see color and depth added in, say, a kitchen cabinet color, which is also a consideration my clients have asked me to keep in mind. They are up for a painting project. So with the whole space being light and bright and airy, they have a nice wood neutral floor. I think a kitchen paint project would pull these earthy colors back into this open space living and really bring it down. I love the idea of a nice deep kitchen. These are Vancouver Island marbles, locally sourced and manufactured right here on Vancouver Island, which means as natural of inspiration as you could possibly get, I have in my hands right now. This is literally of the earth. It's so cool. They have a few different finishes. This one here is just stunning. It is a black antique marble. Gorgeous. Not for this space. I feel like it's a little too loud and proud. This is their honed blue-gray marble. I feel as though if we were doing a white cabinet, this would be really pretty, but considering that we're gonna add some color and depth to the cabinet color itself, we're gonna go with something a little bit lighter. This one here is a terrazzo in oyster. It has a very nice light base with these gorgeous little flecks in all the shades of gray that you could possibly imagine on our coastline, all encapsulated in one beautiful sample. So going ahead with something like this on the counters, we're going to source a color that pulls all of this together. Let's go to our good old friend, Benjamin Moore. This color here is so beautiful. It is true to our coast. It pairs beautifully with this natural terrazzo. This is making me so happy. I think with a little black knob, let's go find a little minimal black Richelieu knob. I want it to be loosely inspired by something very coastal, like a boat cleat or something like that, without the screaming nature of chrome. We are replaying that black in just the smallest touch onto the cabinets, pulling the frame from the art and the details in the blanket over. Such a subtle little touch, but so impactful. What a stunning space. I wanna move in. I love the wood tones playing off one another, the textural components of the faux shearling, along with the barter pendant and the sleek nature of the pendants that are gonna go above the kitchen, a natural stone sourced right here off of Vancouver Island, the seagrass in the lounge chairs, all of course held together by this beautiful neutral jute rug underneath. I sure hope they invite me to dinner. This is beautiful. If you've enjoyed coming along this design journey with me designing a beautiful coastal home, be sure to like and subscribe this channel for more design inspiration.